Hi guys, I'm back again with another opinion video. This time it's on First Love Monster, which is definitely one of the odder shows that I've watched. So it's 12 episodes, it's not very long, which is good because I'm not sure I could have watched it if it was much longer, as it was, as I said before, very odd. So we'll start with, it's about this girl, Kaho. She's just moving to the city. She's a spoiled rich kid, and so she goes to live in Tokyo. And as soon as she's there, she almost gets hit by a car. And because of this, she gets saved by a random guy named Kanade, and don't know anything about him except for his name. Only to find out she falls in love at first sight with him. Which is, it's typical in anime at this point, but you find out she's living in his house, and that he's a 5th grader. You heard me right. He's in 5th grade. He doesn't look like he's in 5th grade. He looks just like he's in high school, but he's not. He's in 5th grade. So it's a very interesting show. They become boyfriend-girlfriend, and he's very childish. He's romantic, but he's very, very childish as well, as with most 5th graders. There's a lot of wiener jokes, there's a lot of poop jokes, and a lot of just randomly yelling wiener and poop. And that can grate on you a bit. But it's something that is a part of this show, and it's what this show is, really. So you meet a whole bunch of people who are living with her at this house. She's boarding a room, basically. And there are a whole bunch of different people doing a whole bunch of different things. There's college students, high school students, a little bit of everything. But there's this one pervy college student, Taga. I don't know what's up with him. He traps her in his room, and basically makes fun of her in a very rapey-esque scene. Doesn't get that far because Kanade breaks in, but still, it's a very tense moment, and he continues to make these jokes and these references and a whole bunch of stuff like that throughout the rest of the show, which really annoys her, draws on her, and makes her feel like shit. He calls her garbage girl. So, that is, I don't know, I loved him. I hate to say it, but I didn't know whether to love or hate him, and I think it turned more into a love kind of scene because he was hilarious. And you meet her brother, Daikoku. He's very similar, just in the way where I didn't know whether to love him or to hate him. And I'm leaning more towards hate him, just because, well, he's funny, he's quirky, he's a piece of work, just like the characters that I do like. But he's totally obsessed with Kaho, to the point where he's collecting her spoons, collecting her bath water, and drinking it to stay healthy. Yeah, a little crazy, that's for sure. So, in the 12th episode, though, it almost goes to a different universe. Everybody's age is different except hers. She's still in high school, but Taga's their teacher, and her boyfriend is in high school with her. And it only goes on for about half an episode, but it's really uncalled for, and you have no idea what's going on. And because of that, it kind of threw me off. So, I have to say it is going to get a lower score than what I had originally planned to give it. So basically, there's a shirtless skate off, and I have no idea what was happening in that episode. It was only about half to 3/4 of the episode, but it was really odd. Then everything's back to normal, just like it was in the 11th episode. And then she flips out. She hasn't flipped out on him even once, but right in the last episode, flips out and yells at him and yells wiener and poop a bunch, and everyone thinks it's hilarious because, oh, there's more wiener, there's more poop. And, yeah. One of Taga's interesting quotes that I really liked was, out of all the virgins, you're my slave now. Yeah, that came up in the 11th episode, and Taga has a lot of really weird things to say, but that one really made me laugh, and it was about one of the other boarders at the house, who's not very popular. He's very shy and is totally in love with Kaho, without her knowing it. One thing I've noticed is whenever she has a lot of feelings of any sort, the filter goes over the show and it randomly changes colors. Like, you guys know that filter that when you put it on, everything changes to a yellow hue, then a blue hue, then goes through all the colors. It does that, and it goes rather rapid fire, so it's a little confusing, and it can hurt your eyes if you're not careful. And then all of a sudden, there's a random guy's voice right at the end, instead of her talking when it's her feelings, and it's a little confusing. I watched it dubbed, so it could be a dubbed error, but I watched it dubbed, and that's what happened, so I'm unsure if that's what it's supposed to be or not. But it again threw me off. Because this show was as odd as it was, and the few things that threw me off, I have to give it probably a 6.5 out of 10. Maybe a 7 if I'm pushing it. I don't like rating low, but the show made me want to watch it, made me want to know what was going on. But it also made me not want to know what's going on because it was very weird, very odd, and a lot of characters weren't ones that I wanted to continue watching. Everybody has their quirks. Every show has its quirks. But this one was one that I'm not sure I would watch again because it was that weird and that odd, and it kind of, I don't know, it led me to not want to watch it more than anything. I got the recommendation from this one from my sister. So I guess it's something she enjoys, but nothing really else I can say about it. It's interesting. If you guys are into some high school romance that's really weird, a rom-com kind of thing, give it a try. Otherwise, maybe watch the first 1 or 2 episodes just to see if it's something you'd like. The opening, I have to say, was beautiful. You're going to see that one later when it comes to my openings and endings that I can't skip for the second episode, because I couldn't skip it. I had to listen to it every single time because it was something I really enjoyed listening to. The animation was beautiful. It was very clean, and man, Kanade was hot. He might have been in 5th grade, but he was hot. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys again later. Bye!